I want to talk about finding extra space or utilizing space you have in a better way for your home. I'll probably talk specifically about people who own ranches and maybe colonials, especially if they're older than 20, 30 years old. You tend to find a lot of empty space, unused areas and all kinds of stuff I've seen. In the first example I would give you with ranches, let's say, a lot of ranches tend to have, especially in the 50s and 60s when they were built, you have the kitchen and you have the living room right next door. You might see this in bi-levels too, where the door going into the yard is in the kitchen. And then now the kitchen's kind of small, doesn't really have a lot of cabinet space. You have to try to get creative. Well, I would say what I've told people was just block that door off, turn it into a wall now, and add that to your kitchen space, because now you're going to add about 32 inches of countertop space and essentially, just a footprint of 32 inches or more to your house, to your kitchen. So that's an appliance. If you don't have a dishwasher, or everything's really tight, or maybe you have a skinny dishwasher and you want a bigger one, well, there you go. You could fit that right in there. You could also relocate the refrigerator there, or you could maybe put like a nice, really big pantry in that whole spot if you don't have a lot of place for storage. That's an excellent idea. And instead of now having the exit, now that you lost it, where are you going to put it? Well, move it over to the dining room that's right next door. Chances are you might have like a bay window or something right there that looks into the yard. Make that a slider now. Turn it into a nice double slider. Make the deck, or create a deck to go out into the yard, or steps, whatever you have back there, and do it that way. I mean, why use that door for the kitchen? Why take up that space? It doesn't make any sense. And I would say with closet space too, there is a lot of issues with closets, and I see it all the time. I mean, I have a couple in my own house, but I ended up correcting it. So you'll see one normal problem with closets is wasted space. You'll have a lot of nothing and air on the top of the closet, and maybe there's a gap between the stuff you have on the floor and the clothes that are hanging. Maybe you have about a foot or 2 foot of just empty space. My opinion is, I think closets are outdated. I think get rid of the door, get rid of the framing, make the entryway as wide as possible, as all the way to the walls if you can. Of as far as the walls go, left to right and up, that the closet is. Just rip that all out and now turn it into a completely custom cabinet. And if you want to cover it up, you could just get the like the barn doors that slide, or you could come up with something clever, or maybe just go double doors with glass windows. I mean, there's all kinds of really nice stuff you could do, but doing it that way helps you now increase. You're probably going to increase the amount of storage you have by like 30-40%. And you could set up, if you want long hangs or short hangs. On the bottom I would put a bunch of open shelving for bags, for shoes, and then up top I would do probably would do open shelving as well, and save that, make them like really long and enough for like seasonal storage, because you're not really going to go up there as much because it's harder to reach. So that would be a really great idea. And then you could add drawers, you could add all kinds of stuff, and you might even be able to make that closet useful enough that you don't need a dresser anymore, or you could eliminate at least a dresser. So that's something I would do right there. And then the other thing I would say is sometimes you have not enough closet space with colonials. I've seen quite a few times where on the second floor, on where the bedrooms would be, there's a linen closet at the end of the hallway, and it's just like a really gigantic linen closet, which people tend to store their sheets and blankets and comforters and all kinds of stuff in there. What I would suggest if you have a house like that is figure out what's on the other side, on the back end of that closet. What does it butt up against? Chances are it's butting up against one of the bedroom closets, or both of them. So if that closet's too big, and if the linen closet's too big and your bedroom closets are too small, well, you will be able to take away space from the linen closet and widen your bedroom closets. And it'd be really not that difficult of a thing to do. You're just going to take maybe a foot, foot and a half from that linen closet, push it forward, and now you're going to gain that much space in your bedroom closet or closets. So it's a much better approach. I'll probably make a couple more videos of things I've seen where I noticed that people can get extra space. But for now, I'll leave it at that. And if you have any ideas or questions or remodeling that you want to do, send me a picture of what you're looking to do. I'd be happy to look at it for you. I have a pretty good eye to figure out how you can adjust some things in your home to make it more helpful for you and more useful. So I hope you appreciate that, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks so much.